Welcome to a brand new episode of an Earful podcast. Now, this is a slightly different episode, not because I'm doing this intro and outro by myself in my office, which is new, but it's because we went to Outbreak Festival, which is so weird to say now that I'm actually saying this out loud. But yeah, we went to Outbreak Festival, which took place at the end of June at the Bowlers Exhibition Centre in Manchester. The other mats weren't available for this one, so I took along the knowledgeable Alex Smith, who is probably the best person to take to a hardcore festival, and we spoke to the likes of Movements, Life's Questions and Dead Heat. It was an awesome sunny day, and we had a damn good time. Again, a massive shout out to Alex for asking some pretty good questions and passing on the hardcore knowledge that we needed for the day. So enjoy this episode. Now, before I let you go and check that out, we do have our Patreon now, which is www.patreon.com/an Earful podcast, where you can check out extra bits and whatnot. And we also have our socials, as always, at an Earful podcast. Without further ado, though, enjoy the episode.
Yes, sir.
So, welcome back to an Earful podcast. We're at Outbreak 2022. We're with the lovely fellas that is Life's Questions. How's it going, fellas? Again?
It's good, man.
Good. We're good.
First time round.
Yeah. So just to clarify, we just had a chat for about 10 minutes and we've realised it wasn't fucking recording. So, sorry about that, guys.
Shit happens.
But
Hollywood.
Vegas, baby.
Sure. So as we were saying, you guys have just played not long. Set was incredible. Like fucking energy-wise, like Smith's still recovering.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'm stuck into myself.
So how was that for you guys on stage? And also as well, with this being like the first time for you guys in the UK, how's the overall experience been for you?
I mean, it felt incredible, man. It was the last show that we've played on this like European tour we were doing. And I mean, I feel like I could probably speak for all of us. It was like an insane way to cap it and just like finish it all off.
Yeah.
The energy was like insane. So yeah, it was so fun.
I was so excited when I knew the Triple B European takeover was coming over. So part one, obviously, with you guys, Buried Dreams, 3 Knee Deep, and Pain of Truth, and I was very excited for that. And then when I saw you guys in Leeds, that was exceptional. And then, as we said, today's just gone off like milk, to say the least. I think you've had such a good experience.
I mean,
I can't say nothing for you guys. You've experienced far more than I have, but wow, being up on that stage, watching you guys, I mean, you nail it, genuinely.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, the UK has been good to us. It's been sick.
Yeah, it's been awesome. The whole tour has been a dream. Germany was dope, but I feel like when we got to like the Netherlands and then we got into the UK and played like London, Leeds, Birmingham, and all those places, it just felt like Glasgow. It like felt like it was like, all right, cool. Like people are vibing with us, you know?
Yeah.
And then to like what Nick said, like to wrap it up with this, it's like dream come true. It's like I just want to like plan the next time we come here, you know?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to start writing down when you guys are next over, because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm genuine about that. So in terms of, as you mentioned about Glasgow, I know the Triple B Part 2 takeover. Luckily, those guys got Gatecreeper headlining the rest of it. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, so the 5 bands are coming over. So you correct me if I'm wrong. We've got The Fight, Warfare, Restraining Order, Dead Heat, Magnitude. Yeah, those 5, and then Gatecreeper are headlining the Glasgow show.
Oh, nice! Just the Glasgow show.
Yeah,
that's
only
awesome.
The Glasgow, only the Glasgow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
I think I did see that. We played with them in
Return to Strength Festival.
Yeah. That was
Which was awesome. In Querfurt. It was like the second day of this tour. They played obviously our whole tour package, and that was like just a really fun day. They're sick, man. That show will be awesome.
Shout out Ghetto Justice.
Yo, shout out Ghetto Justice.
Straight up. Number 1.
Most violent in all of Germany.
Dude, I watched one song and had to leave because I literally couldn't breathe. Ridge stayed in there the entire set, though.
Germany
I was
is
gonna
a
put my
different
life
kettle of
He
fish
just
when it comes to shows
comes
sometimes.
like he came back out with just like pictures of him holding like the spark machines and
Yeah.
like all the flamethrowers
That's right.
and like and just like doing crazy stuff, and I'm like, dude, I dipped after like 2 minutes because I was like choking. asphyxiating.
Yo, I was drunk and I was asleep in the van. I didn't watch any of it actually, but I watched videos and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And some of those guys are just like insane. So
I feel like the Europeans just like whatever you think that you've brought to the table, they'll just go next level up.
Oh yeah.
Like I've had the pleasure of going to Germany a couple of times, so I saw Desolated over there. So obviously being there with a UK band, and honestly, like shit like that just hits. But when you see it live in Germany compared to the UK, it's not the same.
yo, should I tell that Desolated story about the CD when I was driving in my truck?
I feel like we're going to have to now. I feel like if we're here.
I feel like it's going to happen now.
Yeah. So I think me and Ridge were like 18 years old or something like that, and we had he had a Desolated like CD, you know how you would burn them?
Of course.
And I was driving in my truck and I was like listening to the lyrics and I was just like, yo, this is like so blasphemous, and this is like I don't really like the lyrics to this, so I threw it out the window. Yeah. I don't know those guys at all, but I just thought that was a hilarious story to tell. Sorry, I'm really burnt out and I slept like 2 hours, but I thought that was a funny story. Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are here now. I mean, you literally just played like what?
Like 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so I understand why you're a bit burned out and you need a minute, so I'm thankful for this nonetheless.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Dude,
Nick just took the mic from me. He's like, no more talking, Josh.
you're done.
You set it up.
We're gonna cut you off. No, man. I mean, like, we were at the airport this morning at
You were flying from Germany, am I right?
yeah, the last day. What are you guys doing?
Nothing being weird. We were gonna do anything.
We're
Okay.
gonna give you a wedgie or something.
I've already got one. We really did not.
It's all right.
You want this back?
No, you got it. No, go.
Okay, Johnny.
Sorry.
I was just saying we didn't think we were gonna make it here today because we got to the airport and the baggage drop off was like broken, and there's a line of 200 people, and Josh fought this airport worker to let us check all of our gear and the place where you're only supposed to check your handbags, really small stuff, and we checked 15 things for free. like huge things like guitars
For free. We didn't pay for anything.
They were yelling, dude. They were yelling in German and stuff, but we had no idea what they were saying. It was crazy. Long story short, we made it. We haven't slept, but it's been awesome.
For real.
So, with you guys being at Outbreak, how does it feel like finally playing Outbreak Festival? Because I feel that's one of the things where you see it online, it just doesn't equate to actually being here.
Like a one day I'm gonna play sort of thing, maybe. That sounds weird to say.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to watch the videos of Outbreak years ago. Obviously, so many awesome bands have played this, and I feel like this is the biggest and best year of it yet. So
you're not wrong. I mean, I've had the pleasure of coming. I think this is at least my 4th or 5th.
yeah,
And I've seen multiple people come through from US, Canada, and the rest of the works, and Euros as well. And
Yeah, man.
But this year is fantastic.
so just to be here just to be here this time with the 10-year anniversary and all the lineups for the weekend are insane. So
If I'm honest with you, I think you guys should have been put on a little bit later to garner a little bit more attention. But I think I'm just being biased when I say that.
Hey,
if I'm
man.
honest,
I mean,
We're lucky to get in anywhere.
Yeah,
We've
that's what I'm
never
saying.
Been here before.
We weren't even
We don't
so-
really have a lot of shit out, so to get any spot.
fair play. Can't argue.
Yeah,
I
for
get that.
real.
Yeah, we don't even, like Rich was saying, we don't even have a full record out. And literally not even a month ago, we weren't even supposed to play this.
Really?
Yeah, we got hit up 2 weeks ago to play this. So I don't care if we opened and played to 100 people. It doesn't matter.
You've come.
I looked out in the crowd and the whole room was filled. I was like, I have no complaints at all. And people were listening to our band, and we're just me and Rich started the band, and we're just small town dudes from Southern Maryland, and I don't know, it's just crazy.
To watch something go from foundation to growth as to where you're at now.
Yeah.
Mind me pint. It's not my first. Incredible. And my friend Chris actually helped fill out with you on bass just
Yo,
before.
shout out Chris. I didn't get to give him a shout out on stage, but dude, he literally came through for us because
I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was because I speak to the guy quite well. He goes, on Thursday, Life's Question comes up to me and go, or at least said, can you fill in for bass or something? And I was like, do it.
Well, thank you, man.
Don't question it, do it.
Or else I wouldn't have had a bassist.
And
Yeah.
I can't take any recognition for that. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing to do with me, but like...
I'm sure the push helped.
But yeah, as I say, to make sure that obviously Life's Question can play, beautiful. Like that. But that's what I love about hardcore, boys. If you would agree, is that someone somewhere can fill in for you with a bit of luck and actually know everything that you've got on your table. And that's what I love about hardcore. Is that
man, it was. He's a legend for helping us out. We were up here in this gym like a couple hours ago, just like playing through the songs, and like he just whipped his bass out and like played the first song and just was like flawless. And we're like, all right, like sick, man.
Pretty sure we're gonna be okay. All right, yeah. You carry on. You do.
That was like all of our reactions. We're just like, okay, cool.
It was such a relief because we were like, what's gonna happen? We've always like kind of like flown by the seat of our pants or whatever, and like we were gonna have each person in Higher Power, each member of Higher Power was going to play a song on bass, and then they were just like,
I know. Imagine. I mean, realistically,
for real, it would have been hilarious and so fun. But then there's like, honestly, our homie Chris is so dope at bass. He just come correct and kill it. So, and then we showed up and he was just like, whatever.
That's Chris for you, mate. That's Chris through and through. If there's anyone you want to fucking write down and just go, here, do you need someone to fill in bass? You just ask him and he'll do it.
That's awesome,
he's brilliant.
Not the first time we've had to like last minute like grab someone to fill in, and like couldn't have asked for a better dude. So shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris.
For real.
He's a man.
I'll tell you a story about Nikki right here on the skins. Before we even knew him, our friend Ian from North Carolina told us, he was like, yo, he was living in Ohio at the time. He was like, yo, I've got this guy that works with me at Guitar Center that plays drums. He wants to tour.
Yeah.
We needed a drummer because we kicked out like our other drummer because
like 2 weeks
whatever. We hate him. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter about him. The only thing that matters.
Off you go.
Yeah. The only thing that matters is that we got introduced to Nick and we literally showed up to his house and met him and then drove to this hardcore and played the after show. Never practiced with him or anything.
So you're telling me this was just au natural?
Oh, this was just like, this is like ordained.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm Ridge. Hey, I'm Josh.
Hey, I'm Josh. Hey, I'm Ridge. Yeah, it's crazy.
Can you hit stuff? Can you make sure that it's in time? Yeah, cool. So we got to go over here. Wow.
Hey man, I tried my best. Shout out Ian Gilchrist. He's the guy that got me involved that they were talking about. Just a straight up legendary dude from North Carolina. Wouldn't be in the band without him, but like he just texted me, said they need to fill in, and like I went back and forth. I was like, dude, like I really can't. Like I had a job, like I was working at like a music store, but then I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna do it, and just got in the van with him, and the rest is history. That was like the summer of 2019.
Wow.
And like that just launched like everything. Like as far as me for like touring, ever since then, like I mean, we just kind of been going at it. It's been sick, man. I'm very grateful.
Well, I mean, if I'm honest with you, what a great choice you've made. I mean,
I think about it all the time.
If we're in talk of sort of like future prospects, obviously we've got the album coming out next month. Wait, are we in June or July now? Right, 2 months. Don't know me days of the month, mate. I'm
right there with you, man.
Respect.
So on top of obviously the album release, have you got any plans coming on top of that, or are we still in works?
Still in the works. I mean, we have like loose plans. We're kind of chilling, and then when the album comes out, we'll like play some shows in the Northeast and in the Midwest. And just, I don't know, see what happens. Yeah. Just kind of let it do its thing.
Am I right in assuming this is all going to be through Triple B?
Yeah. Everything's coming out Triple B. We got,
CDs,
definitely.
Merch, the rest, the works.
We have some variants coming out through Days.
Oh, brilliant.
Days of Futures Past. Lumpy's just a fucking man, and he's doing a variant, and probably do some other variants, like maybe the Streets of Hate. They're also legendary. And
Alex Casey's the man.
Alex Casey's the fucking man.
Shout out.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Triple B definitely.
This is hardcore in 2 weeks. We play Sunday.
Oh, magic. Who else is on that, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, dude, it's like
So many bands.
And there's too many right now.
Hatebreed.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
Hatebreed plays on Saturday. Hangman plays. Pain of Truth plays.
Pretty sure we got Drain. I think Drain's coming through.
Drain's playing.
Then tomorrow, lads. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, dude, they're playing here
The
tomorrow.
whole weekend, or you leave?
I wish,
Yeah,
man.
I fucking wish we leave tomorrow.
That's
That's gonna be an
Flight
epic
charter
one.
tomorrow.
I'll throw one out for you, boys. I'll do a drain for you. I'll do a drain for you.
They're awesome. Man. They're the real deal.
Yeah, good people.
Yeah,
fellas, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, of course, dude. Of course. Yeah. Happy to do it. It's been.
You go fucking sort yourself out.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys are awesome.
I'm getting, dude. I'm getting there too. Yeah, man.
All the lads are fucking sorting themselves out. So thank you very much again for your time. You guys sort yourselves out. And last question, boys.
Hell yeah, brother.
Motherfucking
Thank
question.
you, dudes. Thank you.
Welcome back to an Earful podcast. We are at Outbreak Fest 2022, and we are joined by Pat and Spencer from Movements. How's it going, fellas?
Good. Thanks for having us. Hey, what's up?
Thank you. If anything, if we're going to be honest,
Yeah.
If we're going to be honest, thank you for taking your time out of this day.
No, absolutely.
To do this.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we're stoked to be here. We're just happy to be a part of it. It's a crazy fest, and obviously the lineup is insane. So to be here and to be able to play is sick.
Yeah, absolutely. So how does it feel being at Outbreak, especially notably with it being 10 years of Outbreak Festival? Like, it's quite a momentous occasion. How does it feel being at Outbreak?
I mean, it's awesome for me personally. I think for all of us, it's definitely a pretty special event and special lineup to be a part of. But I mean, for me personally, like, this weekend is stacked full of so many of my favorite bands and so many amazing. Yeah, whether it's new or upcoming hardcore bands or older bands that have been around forever. I mean, Basement playing a 10-year reunion, or not reunion, but a anniversary set, right?
Magic.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So I'm just super excited. One, to even be here just as a showgoer, and two, to be playing it, to be involved, to be a part of it, to be accepted into like this community is it's a really awesome feeling. So I mean, we're all fucking super stoked to be here.
Yeah. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Now, if we're gonna be honest, lads, I want to be fair in saying that we started all the way back in, was it like 2017, 2018 back then?
Yeah.
And since then, I mean, let's talk about moves. You've sailed a fair few seas.
It's true.
UK 2018, if memory serves. That was your first time here.
I believe so, yeah.
And then since then, I mean, you've experienced the world. Please tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, we've been hitting it pretty hard since we first came over. I think first time over here was either 2017 or 2018.
It was
I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I mean, that was like our first really experience ever doing sort of anything internationally. I think UK was the first international touring that we had done.
You got to tour with a very brilliant couple of bands during that time frame.
Yeah, we've toured with some awesome bands from the UK. I mean, I don't remember, what was the first tour that we did over here? Who was it with?
With Muskets.
It was with Muskets,
right.
Yeah. But when Muskets was still a band, R.I.P.
That's right. Yeah, indeed.
And a band from Paris called Parish.
That's right.
Yeah, French band. They were great. But yeah, we've also toured over here with Mayday Parade, Knuckle Puck, the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done a handful of stuff. Most recently with Boston Manor.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
A really cool new band called Jules, who I am a huge fan of.
JOOLS.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not that obvious.
Right, we'll check them out.
They're from They're from Leicester, and they are unbelievable.
They ain't even too far from us, mate. Yeah, we need to pay attention.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, since then we've done a lot of stuff. We've toured Australia. We've toured Southeast Asia. A handful of just really.
That's incredible,
crazy.
though. Like,
yeah.
the amount of like sites from that, like, it just ticks off every like list you could ever have about sightseeing. And shit.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've loved every second of it. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
Someone mentions a fucking historical place, and you go, "Yeah, I've seen it."
Exactly. No, that's so real.
More
I
or
mean,
less.
there have been so many times where I've been like watching a movie or a TV show or something, and
Yeah,
it'll be some random,
I've seen that.
exactly some landmark somewhere, and I'll be like, oh, I've been there. Yeah, it's cool.
So you guys had your debut release in 2020 where it came out, and it had such like a colossal impact. How just the overall reception to it over time, like, because I've always like noticed like the odd couple of songs from that album like pop up in like Spotify playlists and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think overall it's definitely taken time for our music to fully catch on.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Movements is the type of band that, like, although we had a pretty quick start, I think that it's taken time for us to grow to the place that we're at now. And a lot of that has just been through, like, touring really heavily and pushing our music to as many people as we possibly can. But yeah, since the latest record came out in 2020, obviously, I mean, it was pandemic period. We were, you know, all cooped up inside. No one was really doing anything, which was interesting. You know, we didn't expect to put out a record in such odd circumstances. You know?
Something you weren't prepared for.
Exactly.
I get that, yeah. Nobody really realistically was. Like, it was just all like, yeah, we're ready to go. We've got art to create, and we've done it, and it was recorded.
Yeah.
Bounced it out, and that happened. It's like...
It was supposed to come out in April of that year.
Exactly.
So we had to push it. And we were just like, let's just wait. Like maybe it'll improve
fly out.
and
it'll be all right.
And it just
COVID.
Yeah. We're just like, okay, well, we just have to do it. So we did it.
It was funny because it was exactly that. We were just like, oh, like we'll push it a month. Like maybe this will all be better. And then it was like that month would roll around and people would be like, no, 2 months from now we'll be fine. Like we'll just wait 2 months. 2 months would roll around and we were all still.
It's all talk. It's all talking. It'll fly by. Don't worry about it.
I was so hopeful. So hopeful.
We all were, and eventually we were.
I'm the same as you guys.
We were just like, you know, we should either not put this out until this is all done, or we should put it out, give people something to have during this period, and
I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
If you realistically think about it, it's one of those. It's like, listen, we're all trapped right now, or we were. Here's some art to escape from that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you guys put it out on the table. So pat yourselves on the back. You've done that.
Yeah. It was crazy.
You created that tiny bit of escape for people.
Sure. Yeah. I definitely. That's kind of where my head was at with it too.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if anything, people need something right now to at least get them through what's going on.
Just
even a little bit of something positive in such a negative time would be amazing. So yeah, that's definitely where our heads were at too.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. We've had a single released quite recently this year. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Where are we going from here then, lads?
We have some more stuff on the way. Yeah, we have another. Well, I don't know how much I should say, but there is more new music to come. There is more music. Yes, it's on the way. Relatively soon, depending on when this podcast comes out. Maybe very soon.
Next couple of weeks.
You know more than me, mate.
I do.
Yeah, I would say if it's within the next couple of weeks, I would say keep an eye out soon because there's gonna be something dropping, and then we're spending the summer in the studio. We're working on our third LP right now. So,
amazing.
Yeah, we've got a lot planned over the next few months.
Yeah,
lots of writing, lots of recording, and then some more touring plans throughout the rest of the year. And then new record is hopefully going to be early next year. What we're hoping for to put it out. Obviously, you know, the music industry is fickle and it can things can change on, you know, a day-to-day basis. You know, things could just completely switch. So we're aiming for next year, you know.
Right, okay.
Hopefully nothing worldly catastrophic happens again, and hopefully we can actually put it out on time this time. We'll see.
So I'm always curious with the writing process, me being a musician myself. So I'm curious, like, how do you guys navigate a song? How does it start for you guys?
Oh, it's changed a lot. We have had very different processes throughout our careers. So like in the beginning, let's say like for Feel Something, much of that record was written on a computer. Like Ira would go and you know, come up with some leads or some guitar parts or whatever. Austin would add to it. I would add some drums to it.
Right.
You know, we would all kind of like independently add our own thing and discuss it. And then
that makes sense.
And we would just have these versions that would change over time. But these days we've been writing way more collectively and in person with our producer Will Yip. Who basically we're going
to mention names, Will Yip is absolutely fantastic. fabulous.
Yeah.
We consider him a fifth member of the band.
Yeah.
Truly,
He's got such a massive influence on our sound, and yeah, we just love having him around and a part of the creative process.
So how does that dynamic change it? Because I know, like, from previous experience of working with like co-writers, like that fresh perspective is like so fucking crucial sometimes.
It is. It's
That's
truly
the thing.
so important.
Will always has an idea.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And it's almost always a great idea.
Yeah.
But doesn't matter, like, because it's like a lot of the case is like just literally throwing mud at a wall and seeing what sticks. And I think like running through navigating through like all these like shitty like ideas and demos and stuff like that is so crucial to get into like something that's good.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like there's some people who, especially in our industry, just understand music. And I feel like Will he's got one of the brains for it.
Absolutely.
Whatever you think you've got, he can just add that
He knows how to
minimal
make
amount
it
more,
better.
and it becomes better.
Absolutely.
He's got that talent.
Yeah, there's something about the way that Will writes and the way that he produces that can just take an idea that may be a good idea. Maybe it's even a good
Take
song.
it away from what it is. It's still great.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you know, he
it's
puts
still
his touch
fantastic.
to it and he turns it to gold. You know, I mean, it's
the difference between. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's some producers that you hear where they'll, you know, a band comes in, the producer's like, "Yep, song's good, put it down," you know,
And they'll leave it where it is.
Yeah, and leave it how it is. Sure, it could be a great song,
And there's no denying that. But
at the end of the day, when you have a producer like Will Yip, who you can bring him an idea,
he pays the attention, doesn't he?
takes the attention, and not only that, he sees. It's like he can see into the future, right? It's like he can see where the song has potential to go, and he has the ability to bring it to that place. So yeah, I mean, he's such a valuable asset to this team, and truly, we don't see ourselves really ever working with anybody else.
No.
Because he's just so important to our process and our band, and like Spencer said, he's very much a fifth member. You know,
I think that's the beauty of when you find like a producer or a likewise musician where it just instantly just like clicks. Like there's just like that moment where it's just like I get what you're about. Because there has been like from previous experience where it's like you'll record it, but like you said, it's just like, all right, record, and then like you get it afterwards, and then you sit on it, you go, that could have been so much more. Like,
totally.
But I think that's the curse of like demo-wise and stuff like that, because like you instantly like you get so like homed into it. It's got to have a guy going like, yeah, just change that.
yeah, I get it. I mean, we've definitely been victims to demo-itis in the past too, and it's something that we've, I think, had to sort of train ourselves out of, is like not allowing ourselves to get too married or too attached to the first idea, or maybe even the idea that we've been hearing in these demos for months. You know, at the end of the day, when it comes down to what the final song ends up being and what it ends up turning into, like, we're always confident that whatever those changes are better than what was there before.
Yeah,
you know? And
absolutely.
we wouldn't put them in there if we felt otherwise. Yeah,
absolutely. So, what's next in terms of shows for like the next couple of months?
Yeah, so we're here with singles. We're releasing new singles this year.
Yeah.
Things are going down. Where are we going from here, boys?
The next few months is pretty busy for us. I mean, we have, like I said, we're going to be in the studio all summer. So it's going to be about 5 weeks that we're kind of doing nothing but studio stuff. And then immediately from there, I think we're home for maybe a couple weeks and then go straight on tour for like 2 months. Doing a headlining tour.
There's no break, is there?
Yeah,
There's just no break.
It's going to be busy. It's going to be a fun time. It's a headlining tour in the United States with Angel Dust, One Step Closer, and a newer band called Snarls.
So I've had the pleasure of seeing the first two, but sadly not the last.
Snarls is coming up. They're
Are they
cool.
are they US only at the moment? They've never branched out of for.
I would assume so. They're pretty small.
Yeah.
They haven't really broken into that much of the scene quite yet, but I think that they have a lot of potential to be really, really awesome.
Well, I mean, if they're coming alongside you guys, Angel Dust and the rest, I mean, they're going to be sound.
Yeah, they're going to be
We've
great.
got nothing to worry about there,
I think
realistically.
they have a bright
so.
future ahead of them for sure.
Yeah.
Doing that. Then we got some supporting shows that we're touring with The Used and A Day to Remember.
Magic.
That's going to be
Magic.
Some of the biggest
Talk about
shows.
names.
Yeah, some of the biggest shows we've ever played in our lives.
But there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
You're making progress.
I hope so.
These are waves that are happening right now.
Yeah,
I know you're trying to be humble about it, but ride it out.
Yeah,
Please.
I hope that these shows are, something that help take us to that next level too. And
played with the Used before?
No, we have not played with the Used before.
So we had Joey, the guitarist, on the podcast. So I've got quite a few. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Nicest dude.
Awesome.
It was just like the whole podcast was just like the nicest of like conversation.
Yeah.
It was just like so chilled out, talking like about like influences and like how he's got to be in the Used and stuff like that. It was just a wholesome chat.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that band. I mean, it's obviously a band that's meant a lot to all of us growing up. And,
absolutely.
Let me say something about the Used real quick, if I may.
Go ahead.
The first song I ever bought on iTunes, the first piece of music I ever bought was All That I've Got by the Used. So
yes.
Speak volumes. What does?
So yeah, this is cool for me, to say the least. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Try my best to keep it contained.
Exactly. No, and that's how we felt about so many tours that we've done in the past too. You know, I mean, we a few years ago we toured Canada with Good Charlotte, and to me that was like Good Charlotte and Silverstein. So I mean, like insane. I mean, truly like dream lineup type stuff for me. 8-year-old me was freaking the fuck out. You know?
You know when you write down like a band on paper and you go, yeah, I'm gonna do this one day.
Yep.
But then it actually happens. You go,
yeah,
this shit's happening.
Unbelievable.
That's right there. That's magic.
Yeah,
I love Silverstein as well. Like
amazing.
I remember seeing him over here a couple of years ago with Devil Wears Prada and a couple of other people. Magic.
Yeah.
It's not often you can feel the presence of a band before they've not even played anything.
Absolutely.
But they walk on stage and you're ready. It doesn't matter what comes next. They could play the worst set of their entire lives. You will enjoy it.
Yep.
It's nuts. It's very few and far between you people can do like that, and that's
totally. Yeah, great band, great people. Yes. Yeah, awesome. I'm very stoked because I think that I hope that the Used are also the same way. I'm sure they are. I've heard nothing but good things. So yeah. And then after that, we've got some headlining stuff at the end of the year too. That's probably not announced yet, but might be announced by the time this comes out. So.
Are you saying UK or US?
It's still US.
Still US.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not going to apologise.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. UK stuff. We're looking at next year. Probably next spring is what we're aiming for. Hopefully around a new record. I mean, that's the goal.
Well, that's an excuse for us to speak to you again.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Seriously,
you very much.
appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Awesome.
We are at Outbreak 2022, and we are joined by Chris from Dead Heat. Second time again because this record is killing
So now
us
I have
today.
to mention 805 again. Now I feel like I'm just repping weekly.
No, I mean, yeah, what's up? Are we recording this time though? For real?
This time we are, I promise you. Oh my goodness, yes we are.
Well, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, can you tell we're professional?
I'm not like I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a professional interview taker. I don't know.
That's beautiful. That's all we need to hear.
So, as we were saying, of course, we're at Outbreak Festival. It's the 10th anniversary. How does it feel like playing the 10th year? And obviously, this is like your first show in the UK. Like, how is that for you?
It's crazy. Like, nonetheless, this whole experience has been crazy. Like, UK first show popped off. It had more than like 1,000 people in the room. I couldn't be more happier.
Yeah.
Like,
And of course, being a part of the Triple B Takeover Part 2. I mean, can I just point out, by the way, when you're going to Scotland?
yeah. Wait, we're not going to Scotland.
Dead Heat, I'm sure they are. Part of Triple
No, they're
B
going.
Part 2?
It's
You've got.
Restraining Order and Warfare.
Are you guys not on it?
We're not on it.
No.
Oh, and the
They've
fight.
got Gate Creeper headlining.
Wait. Scotland. Wait.
Check it.
No, there is a show that.
I'm thinking now.
Is it
You've got me
Scotland?
nervous. Yeah.
Scotland? I don't even. Okay.
So
I'm off on.
I'm under the impression it's Restraining Order, the fight, Warfare, yourselves, and for the life of me I can't think of who else it is, and I'm very apologetic about the magnitude. Of course it is. And then in Scotland, you've got motherfucking Gate Creeper.
Oh yeah. We are playing Scotland. My bad. I'm dumb. I don't know where Glasgow is. You can tell my geography is kind of off. Oh damn it!
Oh,
Just took a
mate.
screenshot.
It's really bad that I'm one of those people who just knows where things are happening, and it's just like I'm doing that.
Well, I mean, you guys are out here. You guys live around here. So,
We're pretty local. Pretty local. I mean, we know the place.
I'm not too familiar with Europe and UK, so it's like always.
As we mentioned just roughly before, was this is your first time in the UK, if I'm correct?
Yeah, it is.
How have you experienced that so far? Like,
so far,
reception-wise,
crazy. I love everybody's accents.
Yeah, blimey. Apologies in advance.
No. I'm being sincerely honest. I do. Like, it makes me happy, and I don't know why. I just
because it's not common tongue.
Because I'm coming from like California and USA. Like, you don't like California. We don't even know we have accents until we get to somewhere else, and like, oh yeah, you sound like you're from California. I'm like, how? I'm like, but then I'm like, all right, well yeah, we do have an accent. I'm like. You hear someone from Texas, they have a y'all accent. Like,
that's it, yeah.
The southern accent.
Extension on the end, and you hear it.
But I guess it's the same with us, where we like, you could go from the north of the country to the south.
Oh my goodness, you go 10 miles between us. You go from, you're right there, mate, how's it going, look? And then you're like, mate, I'm from fucking Manchester. And it's like, that's this. But you guys have got extension. So like, literally, when obviously you come out of Cali,
yeah.
You come out of Ohio, Denver, the rest of the way on. Yeah. And you go, oh, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, obviously, like, I don't know, I think I have a little Mexican accent because I didn't know English until I was fucking 5 or something.
Really?
Yeah, I spoke Spanish then.
Wow.
Yeah.
But wow, okay. That's magic. That's
now it's just like, I just feel, I hear the accent when I talk now, like, I don't know. I get it now.
Yeah, it's the inner ear.
Well, yeah, I've been told. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's weird. That's funny how it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how it works. Now, you've got the Triple B Part 2 takeover.
Yes.
You're rolling through the UK. We got Europe.
Yes.
Where are we going after that?
Home?
What's up? Yeah.
I don't know.
We're done. Nice one. Sit a bit. Are we talking? Have we got any singles? Any albums? Mix?
I mean, we're gonna record an EP soon.
Okay.
So like in the next couple months, maybe like August-ish. Yeah. We're trying to record like at least 5-song EP or something.
Are we dropping any names to record in this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
Because we're not even established with that yet.
I'll just think.
Nah,
yeah, damn John. You see someone's like, nah, can't do it yet. Yeah, I'll go get permission.
I just don't know if if we have it in the locks yet. That's what I'm saying.
All that we need to know, mate.
Yeah, is that
the music still happening?
Yeah.
Dead. Wow.
Thank you.
If we're talking sets for the weekend.
Yeah.
Because like 856 over where you are.
Yeah.
We've got a couple. So there's a guy called David Tan.
Yeah.
He's from Scotland.
Yeah.
Where you're headed to shortly. And there's a guy from Europe, Sean Pickham.
Okay.
So those two are like 856, but two man, one man.
Gotcha.
And I'm pretty sure they're over here this whole weekend. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very ready to sit down, have a cup of tea, go on YouTube. Dead motherfucking heat. I'm telling you, mate.
I can't wait to rewatch it because I'm like, I don't even. When I'm playing, obviously it's a blur to me. Like by the end of it, I'm like,
the energy.
It's a haze though. When like from experience.
It's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like honestly, half the time I'm just like,
different.
I'm trying to have a good time. I'm just like up there, whatever.
And it's over so quickly when you play a set. Like it ends so quickly.
It's the
like
old adage in it. It's time flies when you're having fun, and they had fun.
I mean. We tried.
No, absolutely.
Tried to make it.
Trying about it. You accomplished.
That's what I was saying. That's I don't know. That's what I try to put it as much energy as I can into every set because if I'm not having fun, then people aren't gonna have fun.
Okay, yeah. It's expression.
Or same thing back. If people aren't having fun, I'm gonna have fun. You know?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
I don't know how to explain it.
No. What you said is correct. It makes perfect sense. It's just it's a replication of what it is that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
I want people to have a good time, so I'm going to make you have a good time.
Yeah. Exactly.
From there. Well, at least that's what I see.
I just try to make people laugh, smile, whatever. I don't care. Like
you're doing good. All right. Yeah.
If I'm up there being wacky, it's just like, all right, whatever. You're gonna remember it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's all. It's just memories.
Yeah.
So they were good.
Yeah.
So you guys being from Cali, what was like the scene like back in Cali in the hometown? Is it quite spread out in terms of like?
Kind of. You got. Yeah, there's.
Where you're from, isn't there?
There is, but there's also different scenes. There's like the Bay, where you got Tsunami, you got Gulch,
No pressure.
Drain.
And no pressure around there.
No pressure's from New York, or I think. I mean, I don't think they have like a.
I just know that they toured recently around the UK and Euros.
Yeah.
I thought they were assimilated, but I could be wrong.
No, I think they're from New York.
You're right with Tsunami though, yeah. The rest of them, well, blimey, the Bay.
Yeah. So I mean, you got those bands from the Bay. That's its own scene in itself. And then you come down like, I mean, Central California. You don't have much going on in there anymore, but there was a scene. And then you got like us, and where I'm from, it's called Oxnard, which is like the 805 area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
that's why I brought it up before. I did my research.
So it's like it's Ventura County. It's just a big county, but it had a big scene for the longest time, and it has its own scene called Nardcore, Oxnard Hardcore.
Right. Okay.
Nardcore. But and it had a bunch of bands coming out of the early '80s that were like the first hardcore bands.
So like the pioneers, if you will.
Yeah. And we just had like its own scene, and some of those bands went on to like be some big name bands. Like I don't know if you've heard of them, like Stalag 13 maybe, or like. Aggression.
The name rings a bell, but I couldn't put it there. I'll be honest.
There's quite a few. It's just But they've got like Dr. No or something. I don't know if that's all these bands have toured Europe and all these places like tons of times. So
maybe before our time.
They
sadly.
Sorry. But they put the name on the map basically for us.
So maybe perhaps they were before our time. Yeah. Maybe. But obviously you had the experience.
I just know my history from.
Yeah.
And a lot of those bands like made a scene, and then it just kept going. And we have scenes every couple years. It grows back to a big scene. We have a bunch of bands coming out, and then like dies for a little bit, comes back, but you got like 5 to 10 bands at a time coming out at once, and it's just like we have shows there, and it's like every show pops off. It'll be a Monday, all right. There's at least 50 kids just for like inside a small room, like on a day's notice or something like. Yeah. And it's crazy. Like I've thrown a lot of shows and like had kids come out, like because I have last minute shows that I put on, and literally like I wouldn't imagine like the crowds that come, but it's like 100 people sometimes, and it's like in a small room that I have, it's like the size of maybe half this gym.
Yeah, probably half of this where we're at
just
now.
Something like this.
For context. So when it comes to like shows, when you're putting them on and stuff, like how's the reception received like when you're back home? Like I'm assuming it's say for example you've got like a couple of local bands. Yeah. And then you got someone flying in from over else. Yeah. Do they all go down well? Or
normally that goes down very well. Like usually if it's like a headlining band, a couple like bands that are like local but always bring some certain kids, or like the same crowd or something. Like it usually goes off. Like we had Terror and Outburst there, of course. And Outburst in my hometown, which is like seeing those bands in my hometown is like, all right, well I'm ready. And then we playing with them, so I'm like, all right, well. Cool, like
you can't write it sometimes, can you?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I've just made my own dreams happen, whatever.
Yeah,
but it's like shit like that. I'm like, it's crazy because I don't know, you could bring one big band, like a bunch of kids come out for it.
Of course.
And but then you got our scene, but then you got another scene like going to LA. Like you got a way different scene. Like LA is its own scene on itself.
Yeah.
And it's a huge county. It's like as bigger than most, or I don't know. I don't know how to explain LA, but it's huge.
It's more known than the rest,
yes,
if you will.
Yeah. And then like I think you got San Diego scene, from there. It's like, so it's like for me it's four different.
It's like split into sections almost, but like they all have the scene.
Yeah, those are like the bigger scenes in California though. It's like, I feel like.
Honestly, I do. I try my best. I'm like when I'm watching all the videos and stuff, I'm trying to figure out who's from what and where and. Just because I want to know. Yeah. And it's interesting that you find out who's from where and you understand why people sound like certain people or they have influence from. Like Texas, for example, TX. If you hear this, you hear that. Yeah. But it makes sense because it's part of the replication.
Yeah, like
areas.
Just Texas, like crazy too. Like they got Iron Age, Power Trip, Bitter End.
Omerta, I Am.
Like every. I don't know. For me, those are the bands that like made me want to be in a band.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of style I wanted to have.
Okay.
Like always like thrash, like power metal. I don't know how to explain it, but they had that, and I was like, all right, that's my influence for starting like my first bands.
Yeah.
And with Dead Heat too, I guess.
Of course.
It was like Iron Age is one of my like favorite bands, and that was they had like their first albums, Constant Struggle, and like that's what influenced me to be in like a hardcore band, I guess. I was like, all right.
Wow.
And
it was them.
Yeah, like that, and, like Rival Mob. I don't know, like all those those first bands like that.
All the ones who started it.
Yeah.
The foundation bands.
Yeah.
And there's no denying whatever foundation has been built by these guys. Sorry, is you're extending now. We're making skyscrapers, and you're part of that.
Dude,
genuinely.
I just want to be.
I know you're enjoying yourself. You're just having a great time. But like, listen, appreciation is appreciation. You're making waves, and it's so good to see.
Thank you, bro.
Genuinely. Every time. Every time. You got anything else, my man?
I think that's everything. Again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Genuinely, this has been a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of Outbreak. I think the rest of the night's going to be sick.
Oh, I will.
And I mean, let's go get you that pint we were talking about.
Let's go get it.
What an episode. Thank you so much for checking out an Earful podcast at Outbreak Fest 2022. A huge thank you to Alex for being my co-host for the day. He asked some good questions. We had a good time. And also a massive shout out to Matt and Haley from Golders Gold PR for giving us the opportunity of speaking to bands on that day. Now, if you like what you've heard, why don't you check out our social media and at an Earful podcast, where you can keep up to date with all our upcoming episodes. We are super excited to release some of the things coming up, so definitely keep an eye out. And if you want to support us even further, why don't you check out our Patreon, where there's little extra bits and bobs that we post over there that you don't typically get on the normal feed, and where you could submit your questions for upcoming interviews that we're having. Without further ado though, we'll see you next time. Bye.